Hey, good morning. Waiting for all of my notifications to go off that shows that my live is working. Feeling a little gunky this morning, but otherwise still alive, above ground and breathing. So, anyway, I've been following a few things the last couple days. Um, some interesting stuff. Uh, it very well may be that Mom Donnie may not be mayor of New York for very long. Apparently, they have some information showing that he wasn't completely honest with his immigration paperwork. Um, he's not the only one. Looks like Ilhan Omar, she falls into that as well. And I'm trying to remember. I'll have to bring, I don't know if I bookmarked it or not, but there's another guy who ran for mayor someplace over out west. Apparently, he is not even legal, and he voted. So they saw that he voted, and then he was also elected into position of mayor. So I forget the guy's name. It was a smaller story, but there's a lot coming out on these elections. They're also showing that there was some skullduggery in the New Jersey voting and as well in the Virginia voting, uh, more specifically the governor race. So, um, yeah, my question is though is if they knew that there was election fraud going on, why didn't they stop it? So, maybe there's other reasons, but maybe all hope's not lost yet. So we'll see. So the other main thing that I wanted to talk about this morning, and I'm still waiting for either the Blaze or for Steve Baker. He's a Blaze News opinion contributor. He's been doing some investigation on the J6 bomber, and I spent some time last night looking at videos that the FBI put out, um, and some that weren't cut out. But the main thing that I was looking at was the gate, or how the suspected, well, they're not suspected because they got proof showing them placing the bomb in front of the DNC. But the gate, how they walked, and apparently that information was brought up to, I don't know. We don't know yet. I'm pretty sure it was a couple of FBI people, and they recognized that walk or that gate, and they're saying that it was like, oh my God, it's one of us, meaning that they recognized it as a Fed. There were some people saying that quite possibly the bomber could have been Kamala Harris's stepdaughter, Emma. They have a similar gait, how they walk, but Emma's not a Fed. But these people recognize, well, the way they said it, they said, oh my God, she's one of us. So um, we'll see. I haven't heard anything yet. But this is going to be pretty big. I think, according to what Steve Baker said, though, he was going to release his information today at some point. I was hoping it would be this morning by the time we went live, but what I'll probably end up doing, I don't know if I'm going to have time to go live later today again or not. I'm not sure. But at the very least, I'll make sure that I post it on my X account, and I'll pin it so you don't have to look for it for a long time. But yeah, that's going to be big. So what I wanted to do is just kind of, I think maybe if I can come over here and do some screen sharing. Let's see. Get this to come up on the screen. There we go. All right. Sorry if I'm looking up. I'm on a big monitor. My other TV went to TV heaven yesterday. It just like I was trying to load my YouTube app on it, and all of a sudden the screen went blank, and I can't get it to come back on. Anywho, let's see. So what you're seeing on the screen right now, that is, it's under my bookmarks. That's where I've got part of this saved at. But yeah, so interesting. They're saying that that's a woman's walk. They did recognize that it was a woman. Some people are trying to say here that this was Kamala Harris's daughter. Similar gait. I don't know. It was really hard to tell. There were. The funny thing is, I had AI helping me last night to just gather up all the videos of Emma. I forget her last name, but it's Kamala Harris's stepdaughter, and there were three of them that the AI sent that says that actually shows her walking, and they were on YouTube, and I went to them, and they were those all three of those videos were deleted. But we looked a little bit further, and I did find some very short videos on TikTok. One of them was of her in a long dress that kind of like went down to her ankles, but it was split in the back, so it allowed her legs to move. And I got to admit, the gait's similar. She's the same height as the person in the FBI video. They said that this person would be 5'7", so she's in that same height area. But I think the key is that they said that it was a Fed. So like I said, I'm just waiting right now to hear some more news on this. But yeah, I'm just letting you see some of the screen here of what's been posted on this so far, and it's pretty interesting. So if you haven't got it all, you can pause it later and go back. So now, these here are some screenshots here. Mike Engelman posted, "This is today, the day that we learned the identity of the J6 bomber. According to Steve Baker, he was going to let it out today. We'll see if it does come out or not." It says, "I hear we'll be shocked, but they know that it was a Fed." It was interesting because way back when this video first came out, people were saying that it was Ivan Raiklin. But interestingly enough, Ivan was one of the people that released some of the other information on this possibly being a Fed. So it wasn't Ivan. Oh, sorry about the cough, everybody. I'm kind of gunky this morning. I'm not sure what's going on. It's what happens when you quit smoking and or cut down to like one a day. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I just don't know. But I don't. I'm not sick or anything. So, in other news, and this is good for me because I live in Texas now. Texas voters approve constitutional amendment mandating U.S. citizenship for voting in all elections. if if President Trump can and get the senators and all them to pull off the nuclear option to end the government shutdown. Going with the nuclear option that allows them to push through all the stuff that the Republicans, the clean stuff that the Republicans want to get done. And one of those things is voter ID, and that you have to be basically voter ID, and you have to be a citizen of the United States in order to vote. So Texas is one of the states that got it done. We need the other 49 states as well. Okay, now for those of you in California, I would like to hear if there's anybody from California that sees any of the videos, either if you're watching from Rumble or one of my two YouTube channels or on BitChute tomorrow, because this will get automatically uploaded to BitChute as well, where I have a lot more viewers there for some reason. But if you're from California and you voted, did you have the same thing happen as these people here, where they went to vote and it came up on the screen and the only option that they had for voting on Prop 50 was yes? This I'm not gonna play the video, but she basically says here, my mom went and voted in person, and the guy pulls up the screen for her. It's only coming up yes, and my mom's like, this is not giving me a voting option. He's like, yeah, you just press that button. So the guy was basically setting her up for a yes vote. So again, they found other ways to rig this, okay? And it seems like they're doing this to the elderly, where in most cases they're less technically inclined, so they don't understand a lot of that, especially when it's like touchscreen stuff. And so I think we're going to find that the whole Prop 50 thing, the voting for California, was also rigged. So what else got rigged for California for the votes? Okay. So we mentioned a little bit earlier, uh, Zoran Mamdani apparently withheld information that would have disqualified him from becoming a naturalized citizen. He should. We've got people saying that he should be deported. I think that if they find it, they strip him of his mayorship, and yeah, he should be deported. And I think they need to do what would be awesome is if they get him and Ilhan and all these other radical Muslims that are in Congress or that are in positions like mayorships or like in they I think they they out them all at the same time, and they boot them all out at the same time, and they make a spectacle of it, a big spectacle. So I think that was pretty much. Let me just look on my other bookmarks here. We had that. I think. Let me just. I want to double check in my other bookmarks here. So we got that. We got that. We got that. Okay, so I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover for this morning. Get back over here. All right. So I think I got it all covered. I like to keep these morning streams a little shorter. Um, they seem to do better when they're on the short end of things. So like 20 to 30 minutes. I like to keep them there. But like I said, if more information comes out today on the J6 pipe bomber, because that's going to be pretty big, because if it is a Fed, that's going to prove that the Feds were involved in the whole thing. Okay, along with everything that happened at the Capitol too. It's already coming out that there were like 275 undercover FBI agents there, and they had some of their cronies. They were inciting. I it's I think that any of the J6ers, the innocent ones anyway, they're which are most of them, will get their pardons, or I don't even think they need a pardon. I think they're just going to be able to prove that they're innocent, because a pardon shows that you did something wrong, but you know that they're going to cut you some. At least that's the way it seems to me. But I think full exoneration, and then what would be pretty cool is to get reparations from the federal government. Basically, some funding from the FBI goes out to these J6ers that were imprisoned and treated the way that they were for so long. So anyway, I think that's all I've got right now. Let me just do one more check. I had a couple new things come in. Oh, we got something from the Blaze. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, that's the pinned one. No, it has that has to do with the shutdown. So again, let's hope for going the nuclear option here, and the government shutdown, and then that will allow the Republicans then to also cut it down to the 51 people needed to be able to do the votes, and then President Trump and the Republicans can clean house and get everything passed that they wanted to get passed without the pork and without lining pockets. So, all right, I might be back later with an update, or just check my X account. I'll if it comes in, I'll pin it. It'll be like one of the first things. Also, please, guys, I've had people watching the videos, but I'm not getting any thumbs up. I'm not getting any comments. Those kind of things help me build things up, and I'm trying to rebuild my channels after everything got shut down, and YouTube kind of they finally gave it back, but it's I'm just trying to reawaken it, and I'm gonna actually try to get better stuff back out there again. I'm getting close to having some time to be able to put some more short documentaries out on some really cool stuff. So do the thumbs up, the likes, share, um, comments too. They help. So as always, keep your heads on a swivel. Be aware of your surroundings, and if you're out there checking on me and doing the research, I would like you to do that. Don't just take my word for everything. Try to do some research on your own. And then, like I've always said, if your research on things doesn't bring you back to Jesus Christ, then you're probably searching and researching in the wrong places. So, God bless everybody out there on the other side of the screen.